Fresh Precure.
With Donbrothers, Haruka Kato returns to Cafe Donbora after having a Donbrothers training session by Taro Momoe. There she is astonished upon seeing multiple donuts on one plate eaten by a ferret, which was served from Don Mursame. As Haruka angrily tells her master and owner of the cafe, Kaido Gashikita, that it does not serve donuts or any sweets. But Kaido explains that the cafe does now, as the ferret speaks by thanking Kaido for the donuts he made, as they're delicious. Haruka was in shock when the ferret talked, and she thought she's in a dream. But the ferret said it wasn't. Just then, Love Momozono arrives at the cafe as she berates the ferret, who is called Tart, for going into a restaurant and asking the owner for food as a talking ferret from Sweet's Kingdom. Tart explains to Haruka that he, along with Love, were eating donuts at Kaori's Donut Cafe Mobile when Tart saw a commercial of Kaido now serving donuts, candy, and sweets at Cafe Donbora, which are preferred the best, much to Haruka and Love's stunt, as the latter continues to berate Tart for eating too much donuts that will cause him to get a stomachache. Haruka stops the argument by asking Love how did she and Tart know each other and how did Tart speak in human language. Love explains to Haruka that she is a superheroine by the name of Cure Peach, along with her friends, Mikino as Cure Berry, Inorayama Buki as Cure Pine, and Setsuna Higashi as Cure Passion, as the Fresh Precure, who battle against the villains of Labyrinth. Before Tart explains the story about it, from where he and a baby lamb fairy called Chiffon came from Sweet's Kingdom to search for the Precure to fight against Labyrinth, and so far and so forth, with important scenes that happen in Fresh Precure. This made Haruka shocked and amazed upon the story that Love and Tart have gone through, just as Don Mursame serves more donuts for Tart to eat, much to the girl's shock, as Love angrily tells Tart that's enough and they're leaving. Suddenly, Natsume Kuramoki enters the cafe and wants donuts after finding out that they're the best, as Tsuyoshi Kaijino also arrives and explains that she's been acting like that after watching the commercial. After getting Natsume's order, Kaido explains to the two Donbrothers and Love that the donuts he got do not give people stomach aches, instead giving them more energy like fruits and vegetables. Even though Haruka obviously thinks that's wrong, she, Tsuyoshi, and Love found out that everyone in the city is eating sweets instead of fruits and vegetables, as those said foods somehow disappear and allow sweets to only exist, much to their shock, as Love wonders how this happened. Just then, two Don Blasters appeared in front of Haruka and Tsuyoshi, meaning that a Hitatsuki is on the loose, as they grab them before heading out. At the city, Taro Momoe as Don Momotaro is battling against the sweets Hitatsuki called Okashiki, who was the one to change all foods into sweets to give the people energy instead of stomach aches, just as Haruka and Tsuyoshi arrived as they transform into Una sister and Kiji brother, respectively, and attack the Hitatsuki. After they avatar change into legendary Sentai Rangers, Don Momotaro as Shinken Red from Shinkenger, while Una sister as Volpanther from Sun Vulcan, and Kiji brother as Miss America from Battle Fever J. The three defeated the Hitatsuki. However, he survives the attack as he gathers all the sweets from the city to make him grow into a giant, much to Una's sister and Kiji brother's shock, as their Robotaro forms do not affect him. Luckily, Love, who has dragged Tart after getting fat from eating too many donuts, arrives to confront Okashiki as the latter reveals that whenever a sweet goes inside the stomach that someone eats, it'll grow and allow the people to get chubby and a stomachache. Furious and wanted to bring back everyone's happiness from the sickness, Love transforms into Cure Peach and aids the three Donbrothers in battling the giant Okashiki. After Don Momotaro traps the Hitatsuki inside of a peach-shaped energy bubble, Cure Peach performs the Love Sunshine into defeating the Okashiki, as all the sweets and candy turned back into normal food again, resulting in Tart feeling better from being chubby. As the girls and Tsuyoshi transformed, the latter and Haruka thank Love for the help, as the latter explains she, along with other Precure members, will always come to help a Super Sentai member in need. As Don Momotaro bids farewell to his comrades, Love, and Tart, the latter apologizes and should have listened to Love more often as her good mentor. Love forgives Tart, but lectures him to not go to a restaurant as a talking ferret as promised, before the four head back to Cafe Donbora, where they find all the sweets gone, and Natsumi feeling fine. Kaido explains that he was mind-controlled by Okashiki into serving donuts and sweets to people, and thanks the three for defeating the monster. Just before dawn, Morasame serves them peaches instead of food as an award. As Kaido explains, the cafe and the rest of the countries are now serving only peaches. Both Haruka, Tsuyoshi, Love, and Tart turn to see Natsumi, along with a new guest, Shikanger, from Hurricaneger, eating peaches on their table, as the latter gives Kaido a thumbs up and says, "Thank you, Master," in English, much to the four's shock, as they shouted, "Not again," meaning that a peach Hitotsuki was responsible for the cause again. After defeating that Hitotsuki named Momaki, Love thinks that's enough and decides to head back to her hometown, Clover Town, to get ready for the animal festival that is being held in Yokohama, where her friends along with Chiffon and Tart's fiancé, Azukina, will be there, as she shows the two Donbrothers the flyer that she got from the ringmaster wearing a black jacket back at Clover Town. Tart agrees, as he and Love bid their goodbyes to the two as they left the city, leaving Haruka intriguing about the pretty cures, and wishes someday to meet them with the Donbrothers, with Tsuyoshi agreeing on the idea. However, that will be short-lived when the two and the rest of the Donbrothers will meet a terrible fate, alongside with their successors, the Osama Sentai King Ager, leading to the events of Osama Sentai King Ager vs. Donbrothers.